Hey, how's it going? I hope you didn't miss my most recent video that I posted last night on the best comments and answers. It is a new series that I'm doing once a week based off of your comments. Okay, so tonight's video, I'm actually going to give you two different PDFs. They are free. You can access them in the ECS downloads portal at expertcreditsweeps.com/YouTube-portal. That's where you're going to find all of the free downloads that I give in my videos. Okay, so let's talk about what this video is about. So when I was doing my video last night, I realized when I stated that it's not just about dispute reasons. You need to know, all right? You need to know what an account is supposed to look like, okay? You're supposed to know what an account is supposed to look like and what is not supposed to look like. And if you don't know that, you're not going to get anywhere. Okay, so I'm going to show you very simply top 5 facts about the collections and top 5 facts about charge-offs. And for some odd reason, this top little paragraph right here actually did not show up on my collections. But it's basically what I just said. There's 2 key factors to removing negative items. Number 1, as you know, is the dispute reason. Okay, number 2 is understanding how an account should or should not report. All right, and let's just stop there for a second. If this is too much information for you, if you think this is too complex, like I've had a bunch of people say, oh, this is just too much, I don't understand why I need to know this stuff, then that's okay, because that's what I'm here for. If you need help and you don't want to do this and you want to throw your hands up in the air and say, screw this, I need someone to actually do this for me, then that is okay. Go to expertcreditsweeps.com/bookonline and schedule a call, and I will see what I can do for you. I will see how I can help you, and hopefully I can. Otherwise, make sure that you pay attention. So if you are not looking at your screen, that is okay. I have a lot of people that listen while they're driving. I have a lot of people that listen while they're working, but make sure that you actually do your work, okay? So anywho, top 5 facts about, let's start with collections. And this is very, very simple information, but so many of you are missing it that this is why I'm having to do this. And especially after the phone calls that I've had today. Today was an off day, okay? People are calling me about all sorts of stuff, and it's not even, hey, can you help me? It's more like, hey, can I get like free advice? Because I don't want to pay, $175 an hour. Well, sorry, that's not what that call is for. If you want free advice, you can watch my 275 plus YouTube videos that I have on here for free. Moving on. All right. So with collections, let's start with late payments at the top. We are on collections. Look at this logically. What is a collection? I just want you to think about that for a second. What is a collection? Well, all right, let's look at this logically. Let's break this down. A collection is an account that was due at one time and did not get paid, right, by you, the consumer. So now it's late for a specific period of time, and by default, it's late, right? The collection is late because it was due and didn't get paid, and therefore, there should be no late payments, right? If you look at the payment history and you see late payments, guess what? That's inaccurate. It should not be on there. It should be removed. Okay. No late payments on a collection. I don't care if it's medical. I don't care if it's utility. I don't care if it's a freaking apartment. I don't care if it's an eviction. I don't care if it's cell phone. I don't care if it's AT&T coming after you saying, oh, you were late and you owe me $5,000. I don't care what it is. If it's a collection, late payments don't belong on there. And if they are on there, then the account needs to be removed. Okay. Next part, past due. So not only should there be no late payments, but there should also not be a past due. So if a collection means that you have an unpaid balance, by default, it's past due, right? You cannot have a collection that reports a balance and a past due. Only an account that has a balance or says that it's paid. So let's just take a step back. What the heck did that just mean? Okay, so a collection, right? A collection means that they're saying you owed them something and did not pay. So it's showing a balance. Obviously, it's past due because you didn't pay it, which is why it is in collections. So by default, it is number 1 late and number 2 past due because it's not paid, right? Right. Therefore, it needs to be removed because a past due should not be reported on there. All right, so let's look at the basic stuff. It should have, creditor name, account number, payment status, terms type, data last activity, data last payment, and last reported. Okay, so now a collection can have a data last payment. Most of the time it is going to be empty. So if you look at this credit report that I actually imported into Airtable just so that I can make sure that, I had everything on here, you're going to see that the past due right here shows 1068. That's inaccurate. Not only does it show 1068, it shows late 120 days. Nope, wrong, shouldn't report like that. And this is actually a debt buyer collection. Okay, so it can say that it is a collection. It can say individual. It can say derogatory. It can say, monthly payment of 0 because it should not have a monthly payment either, right? Because it's closed. It's a collection. It can have a date opened. It should have a date opened. Now, the balance, if it's not paid, it's going to have a balance. It should not have a limit, and it should not have a past due, and it should not have the payment status of late 120 days. All right. So here's last reported, and normally it's not going to have a date last paid. These are just the basics of what you are looking for. Okay. So now the status, once again, should not state 120 days late. Obviously, you are late. It is in collections. It should just say a damn unpaid collection. And therefore, you can dispute it to remove it because it shouldn't be late. The original account can state 120 days, 150 days, 180 days charged off. However, it should not report in the least on a collection. So when you're disputing this, when you're disputing a collection, you will want to ensure you're looking at the hierarchy, right? You're looking at all the elements of the account and not just stating that it's unknown or unverified. I need you to send me this stuff because it's unverified. So for medical utility, apartment, cell phone collections, they're easily disputed with the VOD or unknown bureau series. However, debt buyer collections should be disputed using factual-based disputes. You should be using this information here, the late payments, the past due, look at the data loss activity, all that kind of stuff. All right, so let's check out charge-offs. And once again, you're looking at the dispute reason and then what should and should not report. So I put as number 1, double jeopardy. This does not mean that it is the most important. It's just the first thing that came to my mind, okay? So only the owner of the account may report the balance. So you can't have Capital One and Portfolio reporting the balance. Only Portfolio can report the balance. Now, if Portfolio is reported, there can also not be a past due or a monthly payment, once again, the balance, on the original account, which, this whole scenario is Capital One. It can only be Portfolio. So the original account would actually show 0 balance, 0 monthly payment, 0 past due. Now, don't get it twisted. It's not paid. Okay, it's not a paid account. It very simply just means that it was transferred or sold to another company, and that company is now the one that owns it, and they're the one that can report the balance. Okay, so the new account, the collector, may report the balance. They cannot have it both ways. Now, double jeopardy is when you have 2 creditors reporting the same account, whether it be 2 collection agencies, the creditor, the original creditor, and the collector. You have 2 parties reporting the balance. That is double jeopardy, and they need to remove that account. All right, so let's look at closed accounts. Now, what does that have to do with a charge off? So once an account is closed, there should be no activity. You heard me say this last night, no activity after this date. So for example, if an account reports 30 days late, 60 days, 90 days, 120, 150, 180, and or charge it off, there should be no additional late or consecutive reporting of charge off for like 2 years in the payment history. If so, this needs to be disputed for removal. Now, the basics are going to be the same. We're not going to go over it. You're looking for the same crap, creditor name, account number, blah, blah, blah. All right. So DOLA, date of last activity. Let's talk about it. You want to, excuse my phone, you want to pay special attention to this date. So if the account is disputed incorrectly, whether, it be by you or a company you hired or whatever, this can actually change the date of last activity and they can re-age it. So you might have, you should have watched my video last night, but if you didn't, I did show a comment where one of my subscribers mentioned that they had one bureau reporting, whatever date or near the date that it was supposed to, while two bureaus actually re-aged it and they're reporting something from October 2019. Obviously, that has been re-aged. So it was either that the consumer disputed it incorrectly, or a company disputed it incorrectly, or the bureaus or whoever the creditor was, was a severe a-hole, and they were like, you know what? Screw this person. I'm just going to go mess up their credit and we're going to restart the clock, because that's exactly what it does. This is the date that stipulates when this account is naturally going to fall off your credit report. So of course it's going to screw it up by restarting this clock and putting an additional 7 or 7.5 years on your credit report, based off the statute of limitations for reporting. This is actually a violation. Okay, so re-aging an account is illegal. It is a violation, and you can take them to court if they don't remove it. It's actually if they don't fix it, but we're going for removal, right? So when you're disputing a charge off, you'll want to look at the top elements: the date of last activity, the date of last payment, monthly payment, the account status. And you're going to want to ensure that both the original creditor, once again, and the collector, if relevant, obviously, are not reporting the balance and or past due. All right. So took me a little bit of time to create these two for you, but I wanted to make sure that I explain this to you guys, because it's not just the dispute reason. What is the key to disputing? Well, first of all, remember when you're writing, you're keeping it real simple. This is why I'm sending this letter. This is what I'm disputing, and this is the reason I'm disputing it. So in that, there are two keys: the dispute reason, the why are you disputing this account, and why does it need to be updated or corrected or removed? And then the second key to this is understanding how the account should actually report. So I had somebody in the comments last night state that, what if it's only, or question, I guess, what if it's only, one bureau? What if you don't have 2 or 3 bureaus to compare against each other? And that's where understanding what the account should or should not look like come into play. Because if you don't have this information, if you don't know it, you're not going to be able to dispute correctly, because you're going to be coming up with all kind of crap, unicorns and rainbows and blah, blah, blah. You're going to say, oh, well, this needs to be removed because, I didn't pay, I didn't pay them, but that's not the balance. And I don't think it should report because it's, $3 off and blah, blah, blah. You're going to be coming up with all this kind of crap that really has nothing to do with anything, and you're not going to get the account removed. All right. So that is it from me to you. I will have other videos coming out this week. I actually have some great crap coming out this week. It's not crap, but just saying. Now, once again, of course, I'm going to say it. If you need help, expertcreditsweeps.com/book online. The link is down in the description. Go and click on it. Schedule that consultation with me, and I will see if I can help you, if I can get your score where it needs to be. And we're going to do it as fast as humanly possible, because why? You need to move on with your life. That is why I dispute everything, every round with everybody, using absolutely no template. So if you want to go and spend 12 months to 5 years with someone else or doing this yourself, then that is up to you. However, if you want to get the fastest legal permanent deletions, then go and click on that link. Anyways, have a great night. My name is Kristen. I am a factual disputer, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to go and download these in the portal at expertcreditsweeps.com/YouTube-portal. Have a great one.